Hello guys, this is Miss Kia with your Title IX training for faculty and staff for this school year. I ask that after you watch this video, and please watch it by the last week in September, that you come and sign off on the sheet that will be in the lounge where your boxes are, so that I know that you have watched the video and understand the contents of it. This information is provided by Campbell and Shatley and Swartz and Shaw, two law firms in North Carolina, one in Asheville, one in Raleigh. Title IX is an educational amendment that was started in 1972, born out of federal civil rights law. It applies to all public and private schools, including elementary and secondary, and colleges and universities. It was enacted in 1972 and had different changes to the law based on Supreme Court rulings, different department guidance, and also guidance from administrations throughout the years. Title IX basically states that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. The conduct covered under Title IX is allegations of sexual harassment or any alleged misconduct based on sex, gender, or sexual harassment. Sex-based discrimination has been narrowly defined by Supreme Court rulings to include conduct of a sexual nature or conduct referencing or aimed at a particular sex. Any location, event, or circumstance that happens within a school building or during school sponsored events is covered under Title IX. So the sexual harassment definitions are important to know. Of course, the most obvious things are things like sexual assault or domestic violence, but it could include also unwelcome conduct that keeps a student or an adult within a school from having equal access to any school education program or activity. This includes conduct based on stereotyping of sex. Also, of course, quid pro quo harassment, which is asking for favors based on a promotion or something like that. That is also included. Now, unwelcome conduct has been defined a little bit further because the information of denying equal access to education or a program or activity can be a little vague, but this includes things like if a student quits a volleyball team because there's been some harassment or things said about their gender identification, things like that. So it isn't just cut and dry. And so all forms of discrimination are part of Title IX. This further explains any education program or activity. It does include field trips, virtual learning, school buses, athletic events. All those things are included. It can also include online conduct. It doesn't matter if the person is the same sex. All claims of discrimination are investigated regardless of sex, gender identity, or sexual orientation of any of the individuals involved. Of course, retaliation is prohibited. No individual, school, or district may intimidate, threaten, coerce, or discriminate against an individual who is involved in or has brought concerns based on Title IX rights. This is the big ask of you. You must report and you must share any sexual harassment that you hear of or that you may have actual knowledge of. It is very important that you are very quick to let us in the admin department know of any harassment claims by any student or any adult. If those harassment claims are made against an admin, you may contact David Johnson in the central office, who is our Title IX coordinator. These are the board policies that you may review related to Title IX. Again, when there is actual knowledge from any school employee, the district must act appropriately. And the deliberate indifference is basically a disregard or negligence for not doing their due diligence to investigate any kind of claim. And so even if you feel like the claim is not legitimate, that is not for you to determine. It must be reported. And there's been many cases in states and in the Supreme Court where districts were indifferent and they're made liable. So here are some of the stereotypes that would fall under deliberate indifference. I am not going to read or comment on any of these, but please look at these because I have heard some of these things. And so it's important that we know that no matter what your personal thoughts are on an issue or your personal thoughts are about a situation, we must report and we must be fair in all of these cases. So this gives just the actual language of when schools respond to allegations. And that mandatory reporting, again, it goes to the principal or directly to the Title IX coordinator. Know that when you see something on social media that is pertaining to a student or a teacher, if a credible report is made, or there is a widespread or openly practiced incident or some type of practice that you know about, that's when you need to act. You don't need to have any permission from anyone to act. No permission from admin. You must act on it. If you have any questions or concerns, I am here for those questions. And if I don't have the answers, I can get the answers from either our Title IX coordinator or from some other sources. So don't hesitate to ask. And again, don't forget to sign off after you've watched this video. Thank you so much for your attention. Hope you have a good day.